Welcome to the Phoenix News Report. Tonight, Trump's cabinet picks are calling mommy for help. Healthcare CEOs start to wonder if screwing over sick people maybe upset them somehow. And our pal Marjorie Taylor Greene stops by to talk about Hunter Biden's package. Pardon. Let's start with Trump's rapidly evolving cabinet. In a shocking twist ending, Pete Hegseth pulled off his mask, revealing that he was Matt Gaetz the whole time. And he would have gotten away with it, too, if it weren't for all those horrible things he kept doing.
Yes, Pete Hegseth continues to raise the bar of toxic masculinity. The Fox News host and keeper of America's strategic reserve of pomade has managed to be such a douche that his own mother told him that he was a dirtbag. He's also been forced out of top roles at 2 veterans groups, with complaints that refer weirdly often to incidents with staff at strip joints. In addition to his chauvinistic womanizing, he's also accused of embezzling, getting drunk, and trying to start a chant of "Kill all Muslims." I can see why Trump likes him.
Pete Hegseth's mom spent the past week rug sweeping with a giant Zamboni so she can still spend Christmas with the grandkids, and she has reportedly been calling senators on his behalf.
Is there anything more embarrassing than showing up at work and being like, so I brought my mom with me and she wanted to talk to you all about the time that I jizzed in the punch bowl at the Christmas party? I'm just going to be over here.
Now, Hegseth said that if he was confirmed, he would not have a drop to drink. However, he did not mention whether he planned on doing any more affairs or rapes.
Now, who knows if he'll have been Matt Gaetz by the time you watch this. But the rumor mill says that if he does get tossed, that Ron DeSantis could replace him. And I think that's an excellent idea. Because if you want to strike fear into the hearts of America's enemies, Ron DeSantis' smile is an excellent place to start. Moving on to other cabinet picks, it looks like Trump is wanting an infusion of Kash into the FBI. Kash Patel, famous for making Trump's colonoscopy redundant after he gave an eyewitness statement instead, has said the first thing he plans to do will set a new standard of stupid. But that doesn't matter, because Trump will replace him a week later anyway. Trump would never leave someone in charge at the FBI long enough to get past the first half of the T folder in the filing cabinet.
Meanwhile, RFK Jr. took a break from making America shotgun raw milk again and decided to shower in front of God and his daddy, while his wife Cheryl Hines hawked some candles by just barely concealing his bare meat.
No, you can't take a shower. I'm doing a video. No, you've got to give me a second. I'm doing a video for Hines and Young. Okay, honey, the 60% off.
Listen, Cheryl, I get that for all the screwing around, he deserves any humiliation that you want to visit upon him, but we don't deserve this. We know that shower needs a scented candle just to cover the smell of whatever roadkill juice he's been marinating in that day. But how about this? Why not just divorce him and take everything that isn't in the deep freezer and, spare our poor little eyeballs?
The forehead with the lack of forethought, Matt Gaetz, is now giving pep talks on Cameo. So for a mere $500, you can get the world's tallest forehead to make any face noise you want him to. Now, this is unfamiliar territory for Gaetz, who is not used to paying people to have things come out of their mouths. And speaking of questionable morals, let's talk about Hunter Biden. So, Biden the Elder went full King Henry upon Argyle. If you understand that reference, congratulations, you're a dork. And served up a full and complete pardon to Hunter, even though he pinky promised not to.
And you know what? I am sick of this.
Oh my God, it's Marjorie Taylor Greene, everybody. What are you doing here? And how did you get past Janine and security?
I used my mama's sleeper hold. Now listen, the American people, they deserve to know the truth, okay? And so I brought some exhibits that I think we should show everybody, okay? So first of all, I got this poster. So just look at that.
No, you know what? No, we don't. We've seen your posters. We don't need to know. Just put that away, okay? Yeah.
Okay. Fair enough. You're probably right. Maybe we should look at this one first. This is something that I drew from memory. It's got a lot of penis in it.
No.
And
no.
I had a dream kind of about that part. Yeah.
Hell, man. No. Well, Marge, you're here now and security hasn't shown up yet. So for some reason, So why don't you tell us why you're so upset about this pardon?
Well, for one thing, Joe Biden claims to be Hunter's father, but in my dream, Hunter makes me call him daddy. So that's obviously a lie. Plus, everyone knows that the president can't pardon a family member without like getting a receipt or making them an ambassador to one of them France talking countries. Let me just illustrate my point with some more visual aids.
I
So
don't think
here
we
we
need
kind of
any.
have like a little bit of a dong
Oh
situation.
my
kinda
God!
going
No,
on down at the bottom there.
no. Let's.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
No, we don't
it's
need to
impressive.
do that.
I got some wallet-sized prints here. So
you have so many.
these ladies
how
are
did
having
you
a
get
good time.
So many.
Yeah.
Listen, Cross-Twit. Nothing you
That's a butt.
said. Just none of it makes sense, and that's my job. And you can't just be whipping out photos of a naked Hunter Biden like you just made a huge withdrawal from your spank bank. This
Burt
is
Reynolds action over here.
This is a family fucking show, okay? You gotta go.
You are so uptight. Fine. I'll just show you my Hunter Biden tramp stamp, and then I have to go yell at some school shooting survivors, okay?
What the hell?
Look at this.
Oh my God!
Look at that.
Oh my God! No!
Sultry.
Don't look!
Sultry
Don't look
expression.
at that! No, Margie, you gotta go. You gotta get the hell out of here. This is not okay. I'm sorry. You have to leave.
Well, pardon me. Get it? Margie out! Parkour!
Now, we have some more thoughts on this pardon at the end of the show because everyone does. But first, let's talk about United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson, who was shot and killed in an apparent hit leading to the internet's second favorite clip, the first being fully lodged in Brian Thompson. Yes, what followed was a complete and utter lack of sympathy online for a man who oversaw a huge denial of healthcare claims. The rest of the executive team could not be reached for comment because they were too busy quickly retiring.
This week was a spicy one in the world of geopolitics. So let's check in with some of the other nations who saw what was going on here and decided, hey, you know what? We can be cray too.
South Korean President Yoon Suk-yeol declared martial law seemingly out of nowhere in an effort to stop, quote, communist forces. Nobody had any idea what the hell he was talking about, so the parliament naturally overturned that order Wednesday, but not before Yoon had already turned out the military against protesters, leading to a non-zero chance that folks could be assaulted by members of BTS. The decree has already been lifted, and now he might actually get impeached. But just a quick aside here. South Korea, a president having a dementia moment and turning the military against his own people is supposed to be our thing, so maybe stay in your lane.
The French government collapsed this week as Prime Minister Michel Barnier was sacked. Man, this is great news for France.
Wait, why?
Because now they have an excellent excuse to be melancholy while quietly smoking cigarettes. And that's their favorite.
Meanwhile, Melania's favorite Prime Minister, Justin Trudeau, returned to Canada with his perfect hair after meeting with Trump to discuss his proposed tariffs. Trudeau was trying to get Trump to not kill all the trade in North America, while Trump countered by offering to annex Canada. After the trip, Trudeau addressed his countrymen saying, "Maintenant, nous allons bombarder la Floride et espérer pour le meilleur." Reached for comment, Trump responded, "I don't speak Spanish."
Dinesh D'Souza, the leading ass of 2000 Mules, wants you to know that he's not a liar, just wildly incompetent. 2000 Mules is the film about how rigged the 2020 election was. But mostly it's that movie your uncle wouldn't shut up about and just passed the damn potatoes last Thursday. Dinesh's film claimed to show a video of election workers moving boxes of votes, and those votes are supposed to line up with cell phone geolocation data of the workers, and that proves Trump won. If that sounds convincing to you, then please, for the love of God, pass me the damn potatoes! Anyway, it was all bullshit, and the only people who didn't know that were Dinesh D'Souza, an ocean of Kool-Aid-fueled MAGA types, and a man who seems incapable of sending the potatoes he's holding to this side of the dinner table. Dinesh is very sorry, and he only recently found out that the primary thesis of his film is factually wrong. Of course, Dinesh still insists that in spite of everything being false, it's all still true, and you know what? I guess I will just go over there and get the potatoes myself.
Well, it's that time of year again. Time to declare war on Christmas.
I've got a Panzer tank out back, ready to go.
Or maybe you should have used it back in September when they started putting all the Christmas shit out. Anyways, here to join the war on Christmas is the Grinch's wife, Mrs. Grinch.
Thank you for having me.
Now, obviously, we hate Christmas because we're commies and such, but why do you hate Christmas?
Because of my husband. Every year, it's the same thing with him. The Who's are so annoying. I'm gonna go steal their presents. Yada, yada, yada. And then once he gets back up here, his heart grows 3 sizes and he gives it all back. It was funny at first, but after 25 years, I'm over it.
I have to say, that does sound annoying.
And then there's the hospital bills. Do you know how much an enlarged heart costs? I wish something else would enlarge. Maybe then I'd get something out of this.
Is there any way you can get him to take this year off? Maybe just stay at home, have a nice roast beast. Whoa, what was that?
I better go. I have to help him clear out the cave so the presents can sit there for 5 minutes. Do you have to be so loud? God damn it, Grinch!
That made me hate Christmas even more. Thanks, Mrs. Grinch.
You're not welcome.
Now, speaking of the holidays, we know holiday travel can be stressful, so we have some tips to help smooth the way.
Now, maybe you're used to just joining a family Zoom meeting for the holidays instead of showing up in person, but family matriarchs are really cracking down on return-to-home mandates this season. Now's a good time to check your contract.
When your travel anxiety spikes, take a moment to ground yourself before the highway cops tase you for running naked down the highway screaming about how the elf on the shelf that's always watching you.
Take the labels off your prescriptions and replace them with a big old label that says cocaine. TSA agents love jokes, especially during the holiday rush.
Fun prank idea. Swear up and down that you packed the presents, but don't! Instead of admitting your mistakes, tell the kids that Santa must have forgotten about them. It's gonna teach them resilience or something.
And remember, no hookers and blow in your childhood bedroom. You do that shit down at the seedy motel like an adult.
Happy holidays. Good fucking luck.
So let's talk about my biggest area of expertise, rap beefs. After Drake lost a rap battle to Kendrick Lamar, Drake brought lawyers into this whole mess. Rather than gracefully accepting his loss and copping up to his colonizer tough guy image, Drake will instead try and sue the parent company for both artists and Spotify for artificially inflating Kendrick Lamar's song, Not Like Us.
Drake, let it go. Lose with honor and go back to hitting on younger celebrities and sneak disses. You were way better at that.
Randy Moss, the ex-NFL receiver and current ESPN sports pundit, has been wearing sunglasses on air. Recently, he revealed he was battling something internally and asked for prayers and also advised men not to miss their checkups. All the older men who remember Moss's 14 years in the NFL put their hands together and prayed for him before lounging in their chairs in front of the game and lying to their wives about the last time they'd been to the doctor.
Belgium is now the first country in the world to offer paid maternity and sick leave for sex workers. Turns out people were not kidding when they said they'd suck dick for sick pay. And with the added maternity leave, the only backs getting blown out will be new mothers as they haul around their babies in car seats.
Do you think that young people reviving the fashion disasters of the early 2000s is kind of weird and a reminder of your impending mortality? Well, good news. Turns out orcas do something similar. After 37 years, the whale trend of wearing dead salmon on your head is back in, baby. Now we just have to get them into mass-produced sweatpants that say juicy across the ass.
The difference between zealous police work and overzealous police work is sometimes hard to define. Recently, Dutch police found a garden gnome during a drug raid and determined that it was made entirely out of 4 pounds of MDMA. Now I gotta ask, who saw the garden gnome and thought, I wonder if this is made out of drugs? I mean, don't get me wrong, I applaud the excellent police work. But whoever thought to check out that gnome needs to be watched. That's all I'm saying.
Now, before we go tonight, you know that we normally just give you the facts on this show.
People that love saying true things. That's us in a nutshell.
But tonight, we're also going to give you some opinions in a segment we're calling Point Counterpointless.
If you're a MAGA sort, you're going to want to lean forward in your seat for this next sentence. Pardoning Hunter Biden was an abuse of the pardon power and subverts the fair application of the law. How'd hearing that feel? If it was sweet lib-owning music to your ears, then you should have voted for Harris instead of Trump, because you are about to have 4 more years of some serious cognitive dissonance to sort out. No president, ever, should be giving out pardons for personal or political reasons. I mean, of course they all do, but that doesn't make it right. Hunter Biden committed the crimes he was accused of, and he should be held accountable in an appropriate fashion. But he was also singled out for special mistreatment for nakedly political reasons. And if you're not having any big feelings at all about this whole thing, then I would like to order a 3-ounce baggie of whatever you're on, because that sounds nice right now.
I agree with everything you just said, but also, Joe Biden should do whatever the hell he wants, and so should the rest of us. We put a convicted criminal back in the White House knowing how bad he is. Folks, you heard it here first. We live in a post-moral society now. We've got RFK Jr. selling candles in the shower. South Korea imposed martial law for like 6 hours just for funsies. Trump's trying to annex Canada, and he's probably about to make Louis C.K. the secretary of cancel culture or some shit. And whales are wearing dead fish hats. Nothing means anything anymore, okay? Brat Summer may be dead, but nihilism winter is alive and well, baby.
This has been Point Counterpointless.
And finally tonight, Japan has launched a drinkable mayonnaise. And Austin, as a special surprise, I brought you some.
Yay!
You're welcome.
And it's still warm.
Yeah, just like you want it. It's, yeah, get in there. Get in there. What do you think? Do you like it? It's so good,
It's
right?
so good.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you got a little.
It tastes like if salad hated me
Yeah.
and was chunky.
There's definitely some chunks in there. Yeah. Yeah, that's a feature, not a bug.
Thank you, Japan.
Yeah. Good job, Japan. We love you. That wraps up this week's episode. Don't forget to sign up to our newsletter if you want pictures of cats. Links in the description below. Keep flying, y'all.
Love you. Bye. I mean, security, do you hear? Actually, you know what? Hey, Margie, come back. I have that same tramp stamp. Check it out. Look at that. We go to the same guy. Make him wink. That egg?
There's definitely some egg in there. It's really thick.
Oh my God.
I didn't anticipate the thickness of that. There's a lot of egg in there.
I mean, honestly, it's like what my mom used to make for me.
And what exactly was she making for you there?
Hate.
Okay. This is your oh, here he goes. Okay. It's really you kind of got that all over.
Oh, awesome.
It's going really well over here. We're
That's so mayonnaise.
yeah.